It started like any ordinary Tuesday afternoon in Cottonwood, State's our squeaky clean gated community nestled just outside Tallahassee. I was in my garage buffing the chrome on my Harley, earbuds in, discussing fraud patterns with the state attorney's office on a call I was consulting for. Then came the sirens. Not just one, but 3 squad cars, tearing down our usually sleepy cold SAC. A drone buzzed overhead, its lens aimed squarely at my driveway. Sprawled theatrically across my lawn was 15-year-old Trevor Well, clutching a Monster energy drink like it was a medical four, and howling as if I'd run him over. Hovering next to him in full battle stance was Claudia Wellar, HOA president and neighborhood dictator-in-chief, decked out in her signature neon powerwalk gear and a frown that could sour milk. She jabbed a finger toward me like she was casting a curse. "That man emotionally damaged my son," she shrieked as the officers approached. "He denied Trevor his lawful right under the youthful desires provision. Arrest him." I didn't pause my polishing. My Bluetooth connection was still live, and Assistant State Attorney Harrison had heard every word. The officers looked baffled because, of course, the youthful desires provision doesn't exist anywhere outside Claudia's personal fantasy land. One officer cautiously stepped closer while I resumed explaining constitutional property law to Harrison loudly, "My name is Dale. Bomb. I'm a semi-retired security consultant. Moved to Cottonwood Estates 3 years ago for a quieter, life-strong coffee, classic Harley, and the sweet hum of silence. I keep to myself. I mow my lawn. I mind my business. My one rule? Leave me alone and I'll do the same." Claudia Well never got the memo. She's been HOA president for 6 years, ruling with a glitter pen and a clipboard. The kind of person who once tried to file a cease and desist against a neighbor's golden retriever for aggressive tail wagging. Her son Trevor, professional Fortnite player with the muscle tone of a boiled noodle, had decided that my motorcycle should belong to him. It began innocently enough. Gel-pen notes tucked under my windshield wiper complaining about noxious engine pollution. It's always unsigned, but her handwriting matched the citation slips she loved handing out like Halloween candy. Then came the fake HOA violations printed on doctored stationery, demanding I remove my vulgar noise machine within 72 hours or face penalties. Too bad motorcycles weren't prohibited in the bylaws. Didn't stop her, though. She started lurking near my driveway, pretending to jog while clearly photographing my garage. I even found a baby monitor hidden in my bushes. I returned it with a note: "Use this for infants, not engines." Then it got weirder. Trevor started calling me stepdad. I'd once politely refused to let him sit on the bike. Next thing I knew, he was telling neighbors we were bonding, and that I was inspiring his masculine awakening. Claudia accused me of weaponizing testosterone. Her words? At an HOA meeting. That meeting was peak absurdity. Claudia called an emergency board session in her living room, claiming the clubhouse had a gas leak. No one else showed. She declared herself unanimously upheld and had the gall to write up official minutes listing herself as president, secretary, treasurer, and sole attendee. The tipping point came last Tuesday. I was on a work call with Harrison, ironically, about HOA embezzlement. When I heard scraping from the garage, I looked out the window and saw Trevor inside, butter knife jammed into my ignition. Managed to knock the bike over, landing face first in my ornamental Aaliyah bushes. Seconds later, Claudia emerged like a stage actor waiting for her cue. Gosh! Dragged Trevor to the front lawn, where he moaned like he'd been hit by a freight train. Then, she called 911, claiming I was grooming a minor with weaponized transportation. Yes, she really said that. The whole event was caught on camera. My phone, the drone, my garage cams. Plus, Harrison was still on the line, listening to her meltdown in real time. When the officers arrived, she launched into a full soliloquy about protecting children from predatory motorcycle culture. She cited something called the Homeowner Sovereignty Clause 1-C, which, surprise, does not exist. She demanded I be taken into custody for infringing on Trevor's right to live his dream. Sergeant Peterson, the lead officer, was remarkably patient, "Ma'am," he said, deadpan. "Refusing to hand your motorcycle over to someone is not a crime." "Oh. Your son trying to steal it kind of is." Claudia went purple. She launched into a rant about my rebellious influence and threatened to report me to the governor, the FBI, and possibly NASA. Then Peterson squinted. Wait, weren't you the one who called in a satanic cult for putting Halloween decorations on their lawn? Busted. Apparently, she'd once demanded a SWAT team to remove a plastic skeleton in a top hat. The cops reviewed the footage, Trevor breaking and entering, Claudia fabricating laws on the fly. My offer of lemonade to defuse the situation was all there. Trevor was cited for attempted theft and tampering. Claudia was hit with a fine for false reporting and misuse of emergency resources. She tried to claim she was upholding community values, but Peterson cut her off. Presidents don't have arrest authority, ma'am. Word spread fast. I recommended the next HOA meeting be broadcast on public access TV as an educational tool. The county loved the idea. Come Tuesday, the clubhouse was packed. People brought snacks, popcorn, folding chairs. Patricia Garrett, the lone sensible board member, immediately motioned for a vote of no confidence. Claudia tried to filibuster using the art of the deal, claiming it granted her executive immunity. It didn't. 3 board members voted. To boot her, to abstained. Claudia voted to promote herself and double her authority. But a simple majority did the trick. She was out. Part of her settlement to avoid criminal charges involved a formal apology public in writing. She tried to write it in Latin. Unfortunately, she relied on Google Translate. What she ended up publishing in the newsletter read roughly, "My sorry Harley. Daddy of sin," we framed it. Trevor was slapped with a no-contact order and banned from my property. The HOA bylaws were updated to include a new clause, aspirational theft, defined as attempting to take something just because you really want it. Claudia was ordered to pay $5,000 in fines and legal costs, she screamed. That's extortion. This is theft. I'll sue all of you. The judge smiled. Threatening to sue a courtroom? That's contempt. Another $1,000. Her face turned white. The community's been quiet ever since. Claudia's rarely seen. Trevor's been grounded permanently offline, in my garage still spotless. My Harley still purring, and my peace and quiet. Finally fully restored.